everybody, welcome to another kick, snare, hat video. Got a quick one today. Just want to talk about a couple things and break some things down. One, I want to talk about developing a sound. Apparently I have a sound, right? Thank God it's only been 15 years playing. Hopefully I'm developing a sound, but I also want to talk about knowing our tendencies and being able to break away and, play the part. I'm having to work on that right now for some different work I'm doing. And two, we're just going to break this groove down into a couple pieces and talk about some of its aspects. Should be super easy, okay? One, developing a sound. I hail from New Orleans. I didn't choose that. That was where I was born, and that's how I grew up, and I'm more and more grateful for it every day that passes by, that I reflect on my musicality and what I'm doing with my life, okay? So that's kind of where the swampboy things come from. I was touring with a country band, and people would point out that aspect of my sound. They would say it's rootsy. They would point out my left hand playing traditional grip. And some Americans that were over there would point out just the little nuances that I would do with my left hand, some ghost notes. I guess I couldn't help it. It's my fault. Stylistically, I want to add things, little minor things, instead of playing a groove with its main aspects, boom, tat, I always kind of add a little bit of extra nuance to fill out some subdivision in the left hand, okay? So that's kind of become a part of my style, in this man in Switzerland was having a conversation with the guitar player. He said I was from New Orleans, and he went, "Swamp Boy." So there we go. The shirt was born, okay? But we have to know our tendencies so we can break them. I'm working on a track right now, and I'm having to fight my tendency to play kind of loose flams and add those extra beats, try to simplify things and play a little more on top of the beat, not so lazy. This groove is probably a classic example of how I'd approach playing. It's kind of laid back, and I'm still working on, getting that ahead of the beat, behind the beat, all that jazz, okay? So I just want to talk briefly about that. Develop a style, and don't be ashamed of it. Once you develop it, people will kind of affirm what your style is, and then you can know what to work on and what not to work on based on whether you're being hired to play how you play, or if someone wants you to copy someone else, or emulate another drummer or some other genre you're not familiar with. Okay, let's dive right into this groove. In its bare bones, it's kind of lame, okay? That's why we have to add a little bit of style. So let's just think about the main aspect of the kick and snare drum. And then we have the hi-hats opening on the upbeats. Pretty common thing I do just to add a little more flavor than this. Instead of this, it's this. So notice I'm adding in all those ghost notes. It's become a huge aspect of my playing. To play it without the ghost notes, to me, just doesn't seem natural at all. See, and one just squeezed in there. It's that difficult for me. And I personally don't enjoy the way that feels or the way it sounds. Because I've played a certain way for so long, I kind of hear it a certain way, and when it's devoid of those ghost notes, I just think it's kind of empty. And maybe for all styles, you don't need to do this, but for whatever style I'm going for with this groove, which is kind of, I guess you could put it in a funk category, but I don't think of it like that. I just want it to groove. And by adding those ghost notes, to me it grooves so much harder, okay? So, just a couple things for people to practice is thinking about what you play in little increments, okay? You have to be able to do this to play this groove. I'm rocking back and forth on my foot. It's a pretty standard thing I do often. And it just adds a lot more flavor than this. at the very least, we can take this and add accent, even if I'm not opening the hi-hats. I still open the hi-hats a bit a couple of those times, okay? And it's okay. Mistakes or things you didn't intend on sometimes add a little nuance, add a bit of variation, okay? So the kick and snare pattern's relatively simple too. I think the nuance is in all those ghost notes, okay? And that's become a part of my sound, and I'm still on a journey of discovering what that is and how I want to develop it further. So I hope you got something out of this video, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, share it with a friend, and I'd love to hear what you think about developing your sound. You know, what is your sound? Maybe if you want, leave it in the comments. Say, my sound is this, you know, and this is why I think it is, etc. Okay? So, thank you so much, and until next time, see you later.